Mr. President, the candidates are assembled.
This morning we're gathered in formal convocation to celebrate the 231st commencement exercises of Purdue University. Please rise and join in singing our national anthem, then remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Rabbi Levi Taikto of Chabad Jewish Center at Purdue.
We gather here today to congratulate your achievements and celebrate your accomplishments. It is with a sense of humility and gratitude that we ask of Almighty God to bless this great celebration. As I stand here before you today in this vast hall, I take this moment to remind each of us to be a voice and not an echo. As proud millennials, social media is a major tool that we engage with daily. It allows us to connect with each other in a speed and fashion never seen before. At the same time, this incredible vehicle brings along with it a unique set of challenges. Our sense of identity can so easily get lost in the sea of thousands of others. We may often feel that 7 billion people fill this world, and I am just one of them. My significance and impact can seem so small and irrelevant. In the genesis of creation, God describes us human beings as being created in the divine image. We are not just intellectual or emotional creatures. Rather, we are an expression of God's image, and a piece of his infinity can be found within each of us. Therefore, our self-worth and impact is truly infinite and boundless. The Talmud says that the first human, Adam, was created alone, to remind us that each individual is worth the entire world. The moment you were born was the day God decided you matter. This world cannot move on without you, without your unique gifts, talent, and capabilities. So on this day, let us pledge to focus on the infinite aspect of God that is embedded within ourselves, harnessing this power to change this world today. Just as we observe in the symphony how each instrument contributes its own unique sound, merging together to create a beautiful harmony, so too let each of you take a moment every day to shine your own individual light. Share your gifts with the world, and together, let us create some great music. May God bless our parents, families, teachers, administrators, friends, and classmates who have helped each one of us reach this milestone in our lives. Let us say together, Amen.
This is the moment. This is the day. This is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today.
This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this moment, this moment. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckons, I never reckon second best. This is the day, just see it shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all. The greatest moment, moment of them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to extend the most cordial welcome to all who've joined us at this 231st commencement ceremony at Purdue University. Especially, we welcome you graduates, parents, spouses, relatives, and friends who helped make possible this day of achievement. Before introducing the members of the platform party, I would like to ask you to recognize the representatives of our distinguished faculty who are with us today. Will our faculty members please stand? We're honored to have with us members of the Board of Trustees of Purdue University. I request they stand and remain standing and hold your applause until each has been introduced. They are Thomas Spurgeon, Vice Chairman, Peoria, Illinois; Vanessa Castagna, Dallas, Texas; Cameron Mann of Cloverdale. Please join me in greeting our trustees. We're pleased to have with us also, representing Purdue University Administration, the following individuals: Debashish Dutta, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Diversity. I'll take a moment of personal privilege to thank Dr. Dutta for his years of leadership and service. He was stolen from us by a sister university and will be leading Rutgers in the fall. Deba, thank you for all you have done at Purdue. Beth McCuskey, Vice President for Student Life; Leah Jamison, Dean, College of Engineering. Again, I must pause. For 11 years, Leah Jamison has led with unsurpassed commitment and talent our largest college, some of whose graduates we're celebrating this morning. Leah, no way Purdue can thank you for spectacular scholarly career. Craig Svensson, Interim Dean, College of Science. Willie Reed, Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine. Tom Shee, Head, Aeronautics and Astronautics. Uh-oh. Abhijit Deshmukh, Head, Industrial Engineering. Dennis Minchella, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education in the College of Science. Tom Turpin, Teaching Academy Executive Council. Ralph Amos, President, Purdue Alumni Association. David Sanders, Chair of the University Senate and our Grand Marshal this morning. Jerry Ross, University Registrar and Chair of our Commencement Committee. Please join me in greeting these individuals. And we're fortunate to have with us on the platform some essential members today of the university family. J. Michael Piggott and Lindsay Peralt are public orators. Tracy Stack and Myron Yoder are sign language interpreters. Let's thank them for their participation. The intimidating challenge for every commencement speaker is to say something even remotely interesting or original. And the sobering reality is that even if you do, no one will remember it very long. But there are some words that, however overused, are appropriate, even essential, on these occasions. Phrases like, "Is this hat on straight?" and "say cheese." One that is probably the most common of all: "We're so proud of you." You'll be hearing those words all day long, and rightly so. In a few minutes, you'll be a recipient of one of the proudest emblems of achievement possible at this stage of your life, a degree from Purdue University. In a way not all college degrees connote, the world will know you earned it. As you know, here we aren't into participation trophies. Year in, year out, good grades are hard to earn at Purdue. Year in, year out, our graduates surpass those of other institutions in the eyes of employers, graduate schools, and their future colleagues in life. So at Purdue Commencement, this day of great pride, may seem an odd place to talk about humility. But that's the word that kept coming to mind as I reflected ahead to this event. Because if there is a single quality that one associates with your university, and one quality that will assist you in earning other emblems of achievement later in life, it's the inverse of pride. It's the trait we call humility. I know I'm not the first person to bring this to your attention. You may have first heard it at church. Almost all the religious traditions admonish their adherents to guard against excessive pride. The Proverbs are full of warnings about it. Pride goeth before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Confucius taught, a wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. The Buddha cautioned against letting praise affect the poise of the mind. He said, follow the calmness, the absence of pride. The ancients came to similar conclusions. In mythology, one of the most powerful images is that of Icarus, whose pride led him fatally to believe he could fly near the sun. Marcus Aurelius wrote, short-lived are both the praiser and the praised. Well, these days, advice like that is out of fashion. Everywhere one looks, it's a showboat, look at me, dance in the end zone world. The age of the pseudo-celebrity, where people of no apparent talent or character, famous only for being famous, people who probably couldn't have passed English 106 or Math 153, let alone a chemistry or accounting class here, preen and strut and spout off on subjects they know little or nothing about. So maybe all those ancient admonitions just don't apply anymore. Or maybe they apply more than ever. Maybe humility, the awareness that one's own ideas, values, and attitudes may just not be superior or perfect, is the quality that makes a person wiser and more effective, a better learner in an era of unending education, a better teammate in a project team world. Drafting history's first constitution restricting a government to the consent of its people, Ben Franklin suggested to his fellow delegates that they all resolve to doubt just a little their own infallibility. The modern world is full of self-styled experts not nearly as smart as old Ben, for whom a little self-doubt might have come in handy. On the first Earth Day, confident scholars from places like Harvard and Stanford predicted worldwide famine and starvation, a universal need for gas masks in urban areas, the complete exhaustion of crude oil and a host of other raw materials, and the coming of a new ice age, all well before now. Your first years of life were filled with predictions of collapsed electric grids, planes falling from the sky, revolutions worldwide, from the failure of software programs to handle the change of centuries. The economic forecasters of our federal government just completed what one could call a perfect season. 8 years out of 8, they predicted substantially faster economic growth than the nation experienced. You'd think the election year just passed might have boosted the National Humility Index a little. We discovered that most talking heads were talking nonsense. Highly paid pundits wrote reams of what turned out to be rubbish. An entire industry, public opinion surveying, is in crisis after its readings turned out to be grossly inaccurate and based more on flawed assumptions than statistically valid methodology. Well, there are worse forms of hubris than overconfident forecasting. History is replete with the cruel arrogance of those who believed they had the genius to reorder society and the lives of their fellow humans. In their most benign and well-intentioned form, they produced short-lived failures like the New Harmony colony here in Indiana. But this same proud presumption also gave rise to the worst monsters of history, the totalitarians of the last century, who murdered millions in the unshakable belief that it was their right to tell others how to live, even to reshape human nature itself. I bother you with all this because life will soon invite you to overindulge the pride you so justifiably feel today. Few, if any of you, were raised to see yourselves as an aristocrat, but in a real sense, that is what you now are. Today's aristocracy is of a very new and different type. It's based not on title or land or inherited wealth, but on intellect and learning, the kind that claims almost all the best jobs in our economy, the kind that in fact puts less educated folks out of work, the kind that made a handful of kids at Snapchat richer in their 20s than George Eastman was when Eastman Kodak dominated the photographic world and employed 250,000 workers. Some of you will invent the next round of productive tools that will eliminate somebody's jobs. That's progress, and it's inevitable. But will others of you create new businesses with new opportunities for those displaced, or new ways of learning that enable them to find new work, and with it, the dignity that comes only from earning one's own success? Just as important, will you recognize that your degree doesn't mean that you know what's best for those without one, or that even if you did, it's not your right to make the decisions of life for them? A lot of damage has been done by people who, in their well-educated superiority, saw those around them not as creatures of dignity, but as objects of therapy. Too much pride may annoy those around you, but what's worse is the growth it can prevent within you. When you're too self-assured to accept the greater wisdom of others, you deny yourself a lot of continuing education. Lord Maynard Keynes' economic theories haven't worked out too well, but I've always admired his rule. When I find I'm wrong, I change my mind. What do you do? The stubborn refusal to admit a mistake and absorb its lessons can be the biggest mistake of all. I've never found oops a difficult word to say, and what follows saying it is often a great learning opportunity. At one especially low moment when I felt I had let down a cause and, in fact, a President of the United States, then Secretary of Commerce Malcolm Baldrige snapped me out of it with some simple but sage advice. He said, good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. Don't be too proud to face up to your goofs and improve your future judgment. Starting when you leave campus today, it'll become all too natural for you to slip into your new status in the knowledge elite and to drift away from the millions of your contemporaries who didn't make it to Purdue or some place of comparable opportunity. You'll likely work with people much like yourself, socialize with them, live near them, one day probably marry someone similarly well educated. Without meaning to or even thinking about it, you may find yourself living in a social class apart from far too many of your fellow citizens. That will disserve them and limit you. Try not to let it happen. There's one good reason I doubt that you will. It's because you attended this particular university. Because just as high achievement is a Purdue hallmark, so is humility. Maybe it's in the DNA so many Boilermakers arrive with, from families that taught them all this years ago. Or maybe, as our biologists might say, it's epigenetic, a trait their time at Purdue helped embed in their characters. All I know is that over and over, your greatest predecessors have been as authentically humble as they were accomplished. Captain Chesley Sullenberger, awash in adulation for his piloting skills that saved 155 lives, subject of a movie bearing his name, has yet to utter a conceited word. Neil Armstrong, in an elevator with an oblivious, starstruck matron who was telling everyone around her that the famous astronaut was staying in their hotel, got off without ever identifying himself. The father of Purdue computer science, Dr. Alan Perlis, famous for his Perlisisms, used to say, in programming, as in everything else, to be in error is to be reborn. It's not just the old-timers. The ethic is alive today. Akshay Kothari, who created the news scan company Pulse and sold it to LinkedIn for $90 million, now runs LinkedIn's 750-person affiliate in India at the ripe old age of 30. When asked by our Indian alumni newsletter for one piece of advice for today's students, he said, can you guess? Stay humble. Maybe I should have just quoted Akshay and sat down. Class of 2017, I've been waiting for you in this day. You were the first class I welcomed to campus after taking up my official duties at Purdue. I hope you don't mind that I think of you as my classmates. I just know you are bound for exciting places, great achievements, thrilling moments, and that when those moments come, you will meet them with the quiet grace the world has come to associate with the word Boilermaker. Oh, in case I forgot to mention it, we're so very, very proud of you. Hail Purdue and each of you. The audience is invited to sing the Purdue hymn. The words are located inside the front cover of the program and will be projected. Will you please stand? Please be seated.
Mr. President, the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine will now be presented by Willie Reed, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Veterinary Medicine please rise? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the professional curriculum in the College of Veterinary Medicine. With approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you for awarding the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the requirements the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this great achievement, you will now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Veterinary Medicine, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
In order to respect everyone's opportunity to hear their name called, would you please refrain from applauding and cheering for your candidate until all the names have been announced? Kyle Hohu. Hugo Almonte. Barbara Angelino. Sohaila Arismendi. Brian Ballard. Carly Beach. Jordan Beecham. Catherine Becker. Megan Brunn. Clayton Carr. Jeanette Caruso. Brian Cerrito. Hee-Yun Cha. James Shaley. Francisco Clemente. Jordan Corum. Ashley Kernoyer. Lisa Doughton. James Dirksen. Juliana Eaton. Cassandra Ennis. Thomas Finn. Amy Fliss. Rachel Forbes. Kaylee Fritz. Serena Filling. Christy Fujita. Daniel Gasho. Valerie Goman. Justine Galaba. Chelsea Geyer. Alyssa Haithcox. Jessica Hanlon. Kayleen Herb. Natalia Hernandez Diaz. Brianna Humbarger. Amy Jameson. Savannah Jewell. Molly Johnson. Jenna Johnstone. Kimberly Carlin. Ryan Klobuchnik. Leanna Koval. Joseph Kowal. Christina Marino. Catherine McGuire. Kimberly McMunn. Alexis Meacham. Deanna Miller. Kara Miller. Russell Miller. Zanetta Miller. Christina Neff. Catherine Nolan. Jacqueline Pacheco. Elisha Perrin. Gabrielle Pilla. Kristen Pulse. Shelby Puterbaugh. Tamana Ranadive. Jaskaran Rangi. Jennifer Rice. Carmen Riguero. Shay Rolfe. Benjamin Schmidt. Bradley Schmidt. Anna Smith. Catherine Smith. Corey Smith. Carlotta Stevens. Kayla Stilger. Laura Such. Olivia Swales. Maureen Teamy. Katrina Thornton. Annie Van Proyen. Jonathan Webster. Kelly Whirling. Margaret Wigley. LaJoya Wilburn. Angela Woodcock. Rabi Yanez.
At this time, we want to give special recognition to those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement, leadership, and service to the university community. On page 76 of the program, you'll find the criteria for these special student awards, and on page 36, you'll find the explanation of the criteria for awarding degrees with distinction and highest distinction, along with the names of graduates who have earned an honors designated degree by completing the requirements of the Purdue Honors College. I'd like to ask the recipient of the Charles O. McGoy Leadership Award to stand and remain standing. He is Aaron Basba from the College of Engineering. And will the recipient of the G.A. Ross Award please stand and remain standing? And he is Peter Boyd from the College of Science. Now will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of highest distinction please stand, remain standing? And will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of distinction please stand and receive our appreciation? And will those graduates who are candidates from the Honors College please stand and join them? On behalf of the trustees and the faculty, I congratulate each of you on the stellar records you have attained. And express the hope that you'll be motivated to continue to perform on the same high level in all of life's activities to come. Please be seated.
Mr. President, candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Engineering will now be presented by the Dean of the School, Leah Jameson.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Engineering, please stand as I call your school and remain standing. Aeronautics and Astronautics. And Industrial Engineering. Mr. President, these students have fulfilled the requirements of the undergraduate curricula in the College of Engineering. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Thank you, Dean Jameson.
Mr. President, candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Science will now be presented by Interim Dean Craig Svensson.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree from the College of Science please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the undergraduate curricula in the College of Science. With the approval of faculty, they are presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Mr. President, candidates for the baccalaureate degrees and associate degrees from the College of Veterinary Medicine will now be presented by the Dean, Willie Reed.
Candidates for the bachelor's and associate degrees in the College of Veterinary Medicine, please stand and remain standing. Mr. President, these students have successfully completed the requirements for the undergraduate curriculum in the College of Veterinary Medicine. With approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you for awarding the appropriate baccalaureate and associate degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon each of you who have fulfilled the stated requirements the appropriate baccalaureate or associate degree with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of your achievement, you will now receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Please be seated. I now invite the marshals to escort all students who are earning baccalaureate and associate degrees to the platform.
In order to respect everyone's opportunity to hear their name called, would you please refrain from applauding and cheering for your candidates until all the names have been announced? The College of Veterinary Medicine, Morgan H.E. Allen.
The College of Science, Mason Engel.
Morgan Lynn Allen.
Rebecca Abadi.
Devin Barger.
Rachel Abdullah.
Megan Bexford.
Jay Agarwal.
Jenna Benzing.
Fahoud Ahmed.
Rochelle Boniff.
Falashade Ajayi.
Emily Cockerill.
Benjamin Alderfer.
Rebecca Fidel.
Justin Allwine.
Kayla Farner.
Ricardo Anaya.
Brittany Furringer.
Nigel Anderson.
Shelby Hancock.
Richard Andreas.
Brittany Rhodes.
Maz Arif.
Kelsey Robertson.
Rayton Arnold Rex.
Brooke Stoner.
Christian Bachman.
Jennifer Simkowiak.
Luis Beza.
Catherine Tate.
Malachi Baker.
Hannah Waddell.
Shovik Bandiopatier.
Shannon Wallace.
Keith Barber.
Rachel Yoculette,
Andrea Bashton,
Christy Thomas,
Jacob Batts, Kaylee Bean,
the School of Aeronautical and Astronautical Engineering, Kyle Zeisig,
Andrew Beaver,
Omar Abdel Dayan,
Scott Bamer,
Aaron Alley,
Robert Beering,
Ryan Baker,
Benjamin Bevins,
Gautam Bayani,
Sakshay Bhatnagar,
Andrew Berkey,
Alexandra Bianco,
Daniel Blank,
Sidi Noor Anisha Binti Ahmad Zed,
Thomas Blank,
Andrew Bledge,
Nikhil Bolar,
Peter Boyd,
Matthew Bollinger,
Dylan Brashear,
Nate Byerly,
Lindsay Britt,
Woonjeet Si,
Colton Brown,
Nicholas Camfordham,
Emily Brown,
Mitchell Campbell,
Joseph Bruckner,
Ross Carlson,
Justin Buckingham,
Yu Chen Chen,
Garrick Buckley,
Aryaman Das,
Rebecca Buckley,
Samson David,
Brandon Burnell,
Hans Young,
Wukash Berzava,
Christopher Farrell,
John Cagnasola,
Yoshu Fei,
Robin Campbell,
Emily Flaherty Woods,
Matthew Capek,
Blair Francis,
Emma Caraher,
Jennifer Galbraith,
Paige Cassidy,
Garrett Kissinger,
Mallory Siscato,
Conrad Goetz,
Catherine Chafee,
McLean Goggin,
Brian Chan,
Noah Gold,
Haley Chan,
Casey Graves,
Anjali Chatrath,
Matthew Gripe,
Andy Chun,
Sharon Ann Ginto,
Guanling Chen,
Nikhil Gupta,
Shi Yao Chen,
Jacob Hazy,
Zhen Chen,
Christopher Herr,
Chen Cheng,
Michael Hilbrick,
Caitlin Cherry,
Alexis Illman,
Hao Qian Chi,
Jason Ivanovic,
Dennis Chia,
Carl Jancy,
Laura Christopher,
Robert Jezer,
Yeji Chen,
Michael Jones,
Nicholas Cinco,
Hyan Jun,
Benjamin Claywell,
Jungwon Khan,
Kevin Colbert,
Mariah Rain F. Keene,
Benjamin Colas,
Patrick Kelly,
Catherine Combs,
Jason Kirk,
Clarissa Korpstein,
Benjamin Klinker,
Michael Craybill,
Michael Kobia,
Tyler Crumrin,
Cameron Lindberg,
Meng Yang Sui,
Gideon Loveland,
Samuel Culver,
Brooke Macknick,
Kaylee Davis,
Taylor McCanna,
Madeline Davis,
Silas Miriam,
Lala Veshno Thay,
Benjamin Merrill,
Nicole DeRoque,
Eric Miller,
Emily DeFries,
Andrew Molnar,
Zachary DeGanuti,
Luciana Mazzoni,
Christopher De Jesus,
Cody Myers,
Justin DeLay,
Evan Nyhauser,
Christina De Santiago,
Kyle Nicholson,
Austin Dewey,
Eric Norden,
Ashley Dix,
Yash Pandey,
Sarah Doan,
Avery Pearman,
Shua Dong,
Jacob Phillips,
Anna Dorner,
Pidiyut Panban,
Frederick Dowell,
Rolf Power,
William Downing,
Bryce Pryor,
Samantha Dumontel,
Abhishek Ramashram,
Bruce Edelman,
Nicholas Ramser,
Mona Eder,
Bradley Randall,
Trevor Idris,
Andrew Rollins,
Nicole Ehlert,
Peter Redmond,
Eric Ejiofor,
Kimberly Rink,
Mason Everett,
Joshua Rivera,
Alyssa Fanara,
Christopher Rogers,
Bohan Fong,
Michael Rosenberg,
Bowen Fung,
Monica Salukne,
Shane Fung,
Eric Schweitzer,
Kyle Fisher,
Karen Schoon,
Farida Falarine Amode,
Joe Shan,
Daniel Foster,
Stephen Shadow,
Felix Francisco Sanchez,
Drew Sherman,
Catherine Frankowich,
Sujit Shivaprasan,
Samuel Friedland,
Jonathan Seifers,
Mitchell French,
Boden Soshansky,
Elizabeth Fry,
Adam Tabor,
Jia Fu,
Sebastian Tamrajan,
Roy Fu,
Spencer Tavilt,
Patrick Gallagher,
Andrew Tidwell,
Naveen Ganeshan,
Zach Truckenbrode,
Ziwan Gao,
Stephen Tucker,
Jeremy Garcia,
Eric Vanderreet,
Alyssa Gates,
Aditya Venkatesh,
Sydney Geisler,
Benjamin Verns,
Megan Kishan,
John Volker,
Brian Gazzelli,
Rue Wong,
Lisa Gibbs,
Charles Waterhouse,
Christoph Glauninger,
Alex Weldy,
Monsi Goyle,
Ryan Wilmot,
Grant Goodman,
Tyler Woodbury,
Myra Garasia,
Mitchell Wooliver,
Alexandra Gutkowski,
McKenna Young,
Kunal Goyle,
Shunwen Jong,
Caitlin Green,
Hailai Jeff Mock,
Yevgeny Grunin,
Alex Judson,
Wawa Guo,
Robert Meyer,
Abhijay Gupta,
Han Yu Zhu,
Anna Gustin, Jesse Guzman, Jeffrey Hackett, Nicole Hale, Alexander Hom, Stephen Harrell, Henry Heck,
the School of Industrial Engineering, Mohammed Abspar,
James Held,
Layla Akar Miller,
Paul Heldring,
Joshua Algrim,
Lucas Henderson,
Andres Alvarez,
Mason Herhusky,
Shantuna Aurora,
Grace Hernandez,
Andrew Arroeva,
Victoria Hibbler,
James Balo,
Bailey Hostedler,
David Bechtel,
Allison Ho,
Brandon Burke,
Adam Hornschumayer,
Jennifer Blackburn,
Mitch Holm,
Alice Bostelman,
Mitchell Holt,
Aaron Bosba,
Sung Min Hong,
Giancarlo Braccio,
Hannah Horton,
Ashley Bridwell,
Jack Horton,
Alex Brodking,
Jamaris Howell,
Keegan Bruns,
Reese Howell,
Jacob Berkey,
Hanshu Hu,
Ja Wade Tsai,
Hong Kai Hu,
Chen Yit So,
William Wong,
Xin Yut Sao,
Sierra Hughes,
Nicholas Castellucci,
Kirby Hughes,
Shay Cantalier,
Jackson Hunt,
Andrew Tchaikovsky,
Samantha Ivaturi,
Howlin Chin,
Nicholas Jackson,
Jen Ray Chen,
Unkush Jain,
Jenning Chen,
Tichao Jakish,
Thomas Cirillo,
Ray Feng Ji,
Hank Cohen,
Wanxi Zhang,
Jennifer Collins,
Ji Hao Zhang,
Erica Cohn,
Grant Jokums,
Eric Costello,
Xiao Zhu,
Robert Zolno,
Jinwu Zheng,
Pranam Daga,
Brian Ketzel,
Aprit Damrog Santisuk,
Murtuza Kenan,
Angelo De Flora,
Akshit Kandi,
Kaylin Delma,
Sean Kelly,
Yenny Ding,
Akash Kazwani,
Dong Chin,
Anthony Kiefer,
John Duenhofer,
August Kim,
James Evans,
Himal King,
Lauren Everard,
Alexander Kinzer,
Brett Fair,
Kaiten Couture,
Xiaoxiu Feng,
Austin Plaza,
Ryan Fitzgerald,
Mallory Klemp,
Darian Friedman,
Matthew Knowles,
Raghav Gandhi,
Zorawar Kohli,
Xiaoxing Gao,
Ling Yu Kong,
Christian Gatmaton,
Alex Koenig,
Nicholas Gentry,
Barbara Korch,
Matthew Gerarda,
Stephen Kramer,
Michael Gaynor,
Bridget Krumholtz,
Samuel Gomolinsky,
Sarah LaFrancois,
Emily Grin,
Jennifer Lum,
Daniel Gunawan,
Peter Lamb,
Mei Guo,
Joseph Landis,
Ambrose Haas,
Emily Langston, Ryan Lazor,
Ryan Hancock,
Eric Leeser,
Graham Hardman,
Catherine Lee,
Jared Heller,
Sunny Lee,
Sean Ray Hu,
Wang Lak Lee,
Mallory Huff,
Samantha Leite,
Kadar Hupricker,
Garrett Lewis,
Ayush Jaiswal,
Anchi Lee,
Mark Jordan,
Lilina Lee,
Neha Khanna,
Tae Young Lee,
Rekatib,
Sung Yan Lee,
Junhong Kim,
Ijian Lee,
Ashley Kleskin,
Yu Di Lee,
Spencer Kuhn,
Yu Chin Lee,
Maxwell Leeds,
Jia-Pei Lian,
Rachel Lerner,
Du Yup Lim,
Juwei Liang,
Xu Hao Lin,
Dichen Liu,
Jacob Lindsay,
Siyu Liu,
Odelia Lirani,
Yushan Liu,
Weiting Liu,
Jason Lloyd,
Zemin Liu,
Christopher Loringer,
Adam Loeb,
Xianyua Ma,
Corey Leisure,
Tanema Haddock,
Jacob Lozin,
Sujit Reddy,
Yu Hao Lu,
Mayank Makar,
Chi Lua,
Aliska Malik,
Chi Yao Lua,
Brent Malloy,
Adam Lynch,
Giovanni Malloy,
Francisco Lynch,
Jonah Matthew,
Stephen McNack,
Suprimon,
Nadim Mahamood,
Michael Moncure,
Anna Makito,
Joshua Moore,
Frajas Makradakis,
James Moss,
Emily Malik,
Thomas Muldoon,
Misha Malik,
Mitchell Murphy,
Ross Morano,
Jacqueline Niemeyer,
Ashley Marinick,
William Nogue,
Elizabeth Marsh,
Holly Novak,
Sarah Marshall,
Megan Nowak,
Noah Martell,
Julie Nunn,
Caitlin Martin,
James Owens,
Jordan Massey,
Levin Oze,
Brian May,
David Pate,
Timothy McLean,
Rachel Pauley,
Michael McCann,
Ihao Peng,
Scott McClellan,
Alexander Perry,
Tucker McCord,
Tarun Prashant,
Andrew McGowan,
Junjan Su, Anna Raffin,
Mackenzie McGrath,
Ramanujan, Christina Rash, Kavya Ravi Gowda, Lauren Rulin, Nabil Riza, Wyatt Richards, James Ross, Lauren Rourke,
Cameron McLenahan,
Asim Sadikula,
Lauren McNally,
Rafael Salcedo,
Alexander Meyer,
Anant Sarda,
Saki Mahori,
Matthew Scott,
Brian Miller,
Ishan Sharma,
Daniel Miller,
Rebecca Sheehan,
Joseph Miller,
Young Xian,
Samantha Miller,
Yu Shi,
Arnav Mithal,
Jorge Simon, Cody Sisler, Annalise Smith, Margaret Stotzer, Runjing Su,
Noomjun Mieuchi Park,
Jonathan Sayers, Taylor Temple,
Haley Molinaro,
Rachel Throckmorton, Sean Peng Wong,
Connor Moore,
Erica Warner,
Devin Moore,
Lauren Winkler, Scott Wong,
Melody Mount,
Fan Wu,
Scott Mullen,
Wang Yu Wu,
Jeremiah Murphy,
Yutong Shu,
Michael Nalepka,
Zhenlei Shu,
Colby Newman,
Jimmy Yang,
Bruce Nguyen,
Yuanze Young,
Brandon Nice,
Vanil Yatham,
Sean Narapple,
Yumeng Ying,
Christian Nitz,
Su Yuan, Marco Sakulak, Shihan Zhang, Xinwei Zhou, Anthony Orr, Anna Andrea Mensah Chiring,
Gianna Nosa, Kevin O'Connor, Nicholas Ogg,
Kyle Crawford,
Catherine Olivares, Ryan Oliver,
Kenneth Tam,
Carl Altoff,
Yusting Tan,
Joseph O'Neill,
Jingyu Tang,
Sean Owens,
Kwani Tang,
Wilfred Vincent Packatang,
Michael Tasikas,
Danielle Palya,
Devon Thanke,
Hirsch Pandey,
Eric Theller,
Hong Win Pong,
Peter Thompson,
Carlos Pantoja,
Yanan Tian,
Graham Park,
Sidney Tola,
Soy Park,
Sidney Kamasco,
Megan Parker,
Abigail Torin, Spencer Torline, Miranda Trapp, Emily Traxler,
Chirag Patel,
Jason Tretter,
Frank Pedrill,
Caleb Trin,
Andros Mikhail Perez,
Alexander Truitt,
Abigail Perkins,
David Cheetah,
Bridget Perkins,
Gina Tamadowski,
Ashley Peterson,
Natasha Tayagi,
Michelle Peterson,
Sarah Tyler,
Sean Phillips,
Emily Ubalor,
Cody Fawn,
Melissa Usoth,
Corey Pizzo,
Aditya Vidyam,
Alexandra Plavsha,
Erica Van Arsdell,
Christopher Plater,
Mara Vetters,
Grant Powell,
Valente Villegas,
Taylor Preble,
Timothy Vincent,
April Prisborski,
Colton Vogie,
Sahil Pujari,
Carolina Vogel,
Calvin Pullins,
Sargon Vora,
Prunav Punjabi,
Abigail Voorhees,
Jiaping Shi,
Andrew Walden,
Bai Ming Chao,
Brandon Walker,
Joshua Radoshansky,
Evan Walsh,
Deep Randawa,
Mitchell Walters,
Michael Reed,
Hao Kun Wan,
Alex Reeves,
Han Tao Wong,
Gina Reno,
Miao Wong,
Grayson Ricketts,
Shen Wong,
Connor Reiki,
Weili Wong,
James Riley,
Sui-Shi Wong,
Christine Ringwald,
Ji-Chi Wong,
Alexis Roberts,
Carson Ward,
Kristen Roble,
Natalie Warham,
Catherine Rader,
James Welsh,
Alex Rosenberg,
Jen Werner,
Robert Rosner,
Logan White,
Jessica Sackstetter,
Adam Wilkinson,
Nicholas Sejazi,
Jacob Winters,
Raghavendar Karthikeyan,
Evan Woods,
Karan Samel,
Thomas Warnes,
Dominic Sanchez,
Adam Worthington,
Kavya Shankavaram,
Keenan Resch,
Rachel Shefke,
Laney Wright,
Michael Schloss,
Youngnan Wu,
Josh Schneider,
Meng Xia,
Shelby Schoon,
Yao Xiu,
Zachary Schrader,
Edie Xiu,
Nicholas Schumacher,
Xu Hawang,
Nathan Scott,
Jia Xu,
Daniel Siemens,
Sherwei Xu,
Jennifer Sung,
Yishi Zhu,
Mitchell Shahan,
I Zhou Xu,
Tushar Sharma,
Brenton Yeager,
Shai Ray Sharp,
Li Zheng Yi,
Daryl Shi,
Xianzhang Men Yi,
Oliver Shim,
Samuel Yin,
Logan Short,
Gregory Yogan,
Zachary Shoemaker,
Katie Yohe, Lake Yoke,
William Simic,
Michelle Young,
Drew Simmermeyer,
Hauta Yoke,
Griffin Sipos,
Jason Yu,
Hannah Smith,
Young Yu,
Hillary Smith,
Shishan Yu,
Caitlin Smith,
Mangi Yuan,
Matthew Smith,
Sarah Zoller,
William Smith,
Tongfei Zhang,
Daniel Sokoler,
Wei Zhang,
Wang Ying Jun Song,
Yawen Zhang,
Samuel Spencer,
Yingrang Zhang,
Elizabeth Spears,
Yusen Zhang,
Gaurav Srivastava,
Chen Zheng,
Shunrun Srivastava,
Shaja Zhou,
Benjamin Steiger,
Zhou Zihe,
Paul Steele,
Taylor Zubel,
Rebecca Steele,
Yi Lu,
Schaefer Stelema,
Kelly Yu,
Jennifer Stinson,
Brian Duffy,
Mark Stouffer,
Peng Yu Jin,
Catherine Straylau,
Carter Chain,
Joshua Stuckey,
Runfei Wang,
Jacob Stuckey,
Edwin Prakarseva,
Junwei Su,
Michael Utamo,
Dhruv Subramanian,
Matthew Holderbaum,
Varun Subramanyam,
Jaeyun Han,
Ding Fu Sun,
Ziyu Chao,
Heather Sussman,
Ling Feng Chen, Prithvi Dalia,
Cameron Swigger,
Rudol Harwani,
Andrew Sietzma,
Tia E. Young.
Lucas Salwinski,
Several members of the Varsity Glee Club and the Commencement Band are earning their baccalaureate degrees today. Adam M. Simpson, John David Rebrand, Sierra F. Matlock, Derek M. Schrabb, and Zhao Hai Su.
All right, it's official. You are now graduates of Purdue University. Congratulations to our newest alum. Now it's time to observe tradition by moving your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left, signifying your new status. Congratulations again. Got a great collection of these. Look, Ma, I'm famous. Come autograph that for me later. We're here to honor these graduates for their hard work and accomplishments, but they'd be the first to say they did not make this journey alone. So, will the parents and grandparents, the spouses, brothers, sisters, other family members, and friends please stand so these graduates can thank you for your long and loving support. This is the 62nd anniversary of the university's Cooperative Education Work-Study Program. And on pages 51 and 52 of your program, you will find the names of those engineering students who have earned a certificate for the satisfactory completion of the co-op program. On page 74, you'll find the names of graduates who were commissioned Friday by the President of the United States as second lieutenants in the United States Army, Air Force, and Marines, and ensigns in the U.S. Navy. You also may have noticed some of our graduates wearing red, white, and blue cords, signifying that they are veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. Will these servicemen and women all please stand so we can recognize them and express our gratitude? Let's now acknowledge the matchless artistry of the Commencement Band with Assistant Professor Matthew Conaway, the Purdue Varsity Glee Club, Director William Griffel, and our organist, Jeffrey P. Stearns. Their talents have made this very memorable occasion. I'm now pleased to introduce Peter Boyd, who was selected to be this morning's student responder in recognition of his leadership in many student and campus organizations. Peter just received his Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Statistics, Actuarial Science, Mathematical Statistics, and Statistics with a math emphasis, and a minor in management. Following graduation, he plans to pursue a graduate degree in statistics. Please welcome Peter Boyd.
Thank you, President Daniels. Good morning and welcome to Commencement. Now, I don't remember too much from my comm class, but lucky for you, I do remember learning to keep it brief. So, to the statisticians, chemists, biologists, engineers, and every graduate in the class of 2017, congratulations, we made it. Now, I want to take a moment and say a huge thank you to the faculty, staff, administration, and everyone here at Purdue. Thank you for teaching us difficult material, for inspiring us to dive into our disciplines, for encouraging us to succeed, and for helping us learn from our failures. I think we had one or two of those. To the family and friends in the audience, thank you. Thank you for always pushing us to succeed, for supporting us when we were ready to quit, and for growing with us in our journey. And Mom and Dad, thank you for not making too many unexpected visits. And I think it's safe to say we've been through quite a bit on this journey through Purdue. And it's been an unpredictable and exciting time. We didn't know what classes would be like. We didn't know we'd see Purdue men's basketball win a conference title. And maybe for the best, we did not know what Harry's was. We've had a lot of firsts at Purdue. Some we'd probably tell our parents, and some we probably wouldn't. We've explored what it means to be a student, a scholar, and a semi-functioning adult. And no matter how hard things were at points, our time here has been exciting, filled with energy and new experiences. One summer, I had an internship where my closest work friends were about 10 years older than me. Nonetheless, we all became very good friends, and on my final day there, one of my friends told me she hoped that I would never become jaded by life. Now, being a numbers guy, it's been a while since my last vocab quiz, so I wasn't entirely sure what she meant. So naturally, I did what any good student would do and promptly turned to Google. I realized that she hoped I would never lose my passion and energy for life. Maybe that was just her nice way of saying I was a squirrely little kid. But I challenge all of you to keep my friend's words in mind. Go back in time and remember the moments in which you were just so excited to be alive, so happy and ready to explore what it meant to be you. Think back to the first time you met your best friend, the snowy night you slid down Slater on a dining court tray, the time you aced that difficult exam, and even your craziest breakfast club costume. Capture those feelings and allow them to define the small day-to-day moments in your life. Wherever your journey is taking you next, bring the memories and the excitement of Purdue University with you. So as we leave this place that we've come to call home, never lose that passion. Never become jaded by life. Class of 2017, congratulations. Boiler up.
rally alma mater, hear our praise. Where the Wabash spreads its valley filled with joy, our
And so we conclude our commencement convocation. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and the whole Purdue family, I bid you farewell and Godspeed. Rabbi Teichel will offer the benediction.
As the ceremony concludes, let us remember that a graduation is not an end. It is the first step of a new beginning, a world of opportunity and of promise, of joy and of love. May the graduating class of 2017 be blessed with meaningful and rich lives, with good health and prosperity. May we be a source of blessing and honor to ourselves, our families, to Purdue, and yes, to the world at large. On behalf of university religious leaders and the Chabad Jewish Center at Purdue, I wish you all congratulations. May God bless us, that the knowledge that we have attained in this great institution be utilized in its best form to help others. And collectively, may all of our good deeds bring upon an era of peace and harmony for all mankind. Go forth from this major event with pride and with joy. Go forth with excitement and enthusiasm. Go forth with your heads held high. Go forth and go Boilermakers.
You shall go out with joy. You shall go out with joy.